How do I choose a pension scheme? That's outside of our area of expertise. Accountants generally are not qualified to give investment advice. However, I would say it's not just the investment you're looking at, but the ease of administration for you as an employer. It's probably something that you wouldn't normally think about. So this, find yourself a good IFA, and we're happy to pass on names of IFAs that we work with, that we like. What do I do at first? Well, just before your staging date, you of course have to set up your pension scheme. You have to send certain letters to all your employees, and it's a different letter depending which category they come into, because you've assessed them to see which category they come into. And then you enrol them in the scheme, if you have to automatically or if they've requested it. So that's what you do right at the beginning. And then every month you have to reassess all those employees again. I told you it was a nightmare on admin. Because somebody might have had a pay rise, or they might earn a bonus, or some overtime or something that's put them above the limit, or they haven't earned it this month, so they're below the limit, and things like that. Now, to deal with those blips, you can choose to defer the enrolment 3 months. So that allows for monthly variations, but you've only got 1 quarter to deal with it. So you need to assess them, how they are. If they need to be auto-enrolled, you need to auto-enroll them. If somebody wants to opt out, you have to put that through your system as well. And then the thing that happens every 3 years, this starts again. The initial assessment starts again. So you've set up your pension scheme, your employees opted out. 3 years later, you have to auto-enroll them again, possibly for them to opt out, possibly not. And I think it's fair that you review it with the employee every 3 years because their circumstances change, but you're not allowed to actually consult them. You have to opt them in. You deduct the money from their salary, and they say, why have you taken this money from my salary? You go, auto-enrolment, explain it at whatever level they need, and they decide they're going to opt out, because you can't offer them the opt-out letter, they have to ask you. So you have to be very careful as an employer not to be seen to encourage them out.
Can you send them a letter warning them?
They will be opted in, yes, yeah. But be very careful how you word that, because you can't be seen to be encouraging them to opt out. And I hope, because this is for the benefit of employees, I hope you wouldn't be encouraging them to opt out. But there are certain ones, you know their personal circumstances, you know that they're not likely to, but you still can't do that. So the initial setup thing you go through every 3 years, except that over those 3 years you've had employees start on different dates. So that 3 years is different potentially for each employee. So you could be doing your initial assessment every month in practice. You've got 12 employees, they all re-enroll on a different month.